9 Japanese habits that quietly keep you slim, no gym needed. Have you ever wondered why so many people in Japan seem to stay naturally slim, even as they grow older? Not because they spend hours in the gym, not because they follow strict diets, and certainly not because they have perfect genetics. In fact, many Japanese adults maintain a healthy weight while eating rice every day, enjoying satisfying meals, and living busy lives that don't revolve around fitness. So, what is their secret? The answer isn't hidden inside a miracle food or an expensive workout program. It's hidden inside dozens of small daily habits, habits so ordinary that many people hardly notice them. Scientists have spent decades studying Japan because it consistently has one of the lowest obesity rates among developed countries and one of the highest life expectancies in the world. While no single habit explains everything, researchers believe that everyday lifestyle choices play a powerful role. Today's video explores 9 Japanese habits that quietly help people stay slim without needing a gym. Some of these habits may surprise you. Others might completely change the way you think about food, movement, and health. Let's begin. Imagine sitting down for dinner. Your plate isn't overflowing. It isn't tiny either. Instead, it contains just enough food to satisfy your hunger without making you feel stuffed. This simple idea forms the foundation of the first habit. Habit 1. Stop before you're completely full. In Okinawa, one traditional saying has guided meals for generations. Hara Hachi Bu. It simply means eating until you're about 80% full. At first, this sounds strange. How do you know when you're 80% full? The answer is surprisingly simple. Instead of eating until your stomach feels stretched, you stop when you no longer feel hungry. There's still a little room left. This allows your brain enough time to receive fullness signals from your stomach. Research shows that these signals often take around 20 minutes to fully develop. When people eat too quickly or continue eating until they feel stuffed, they often consume far more calories than their bodies actually need. Japanese families often learn from childhood that finishing a meal doesn't mean feeling uncomfortable. It means feeling satisfied. Over months and years, this small difference can have a surprisingly large impact on body weight. Even better, people rarely feel deprived because they still eat foods they enjoy. They simply stop a little earlier. One small habit. Thousands fewer unnecessary calories over time. Habit 2. Every meal includes many small dishes. Look closely at a traditional Japanese meal. Instead of one giant plate, you'll usually find several smaller dishes. A bowl of rice, grilled fish, vegetables, soup, pickled foods, perhaps tofu. Everything appears balanced rather than oversized. This style naturally slows eating. It encourages variety. It also helps people appreciate each flavor individually. Psychologists have discovered that our brains often feel more satisfied when meals include different textures, colors, and tastes. Interestingly, satisfaction doesn't always depend on eating more. Sometimes it depends on eating more mindfully. Small portions spread across several dishes often feel surprisingly filling. Without realizing it, people naturally avoid oversized servings that have become common in many parts of the world. The eyes enjoy the meal. The brain feels satisfied. The stomach doesn't become overloaded. Habit 3. Soup before the main meal. One of the simplest Japanese habits begins before the main course even arrives. A warm bowl of soup. Often miso soup. Sometimes vegetable soup. Occasionally a clear broth. This isn't just tradition. Warm soups contain plenty of water, helping increase fullness before the rest of the meal begins. Studies suggest that starting with a low-calorie soup may reduce the total amount of food people eat during the meal. Soup also naturally slows the pace. You can't rush through a hot bowl. As you slow down, your body has more time to recognize fullness. The result? Many people finish the meal feeling satisfied with less food overall. Habit 4. Walking is simply part of life. In many countries, exercise means changing clothes, driving to a gym, and setting aside an hour. In Japan, movement often looks very different. People walk. A lot. They walk to train stations, to grocery stores, to restaurants, to school, to work. Instead of viewing movement as exercise, it's simply part of everyday living. This kind of regular, low-intensity activity burns calories throughout the day without feeling exhausting. Researchers sometimes call this non-exercise activity. Tiny movements repeated hundreds of times each day. Walking upstairs, standing, cycling, carrying groceries, choosing public transportation. Over weeks and years, these small movements add up far more than many people realize. You don't need marathon training. You simply need to move more often. Habit 5. Eating slowly. Have you ever finished an entire meal before realizing you barely tasted it? Modern life encourages speed, fast food, fast schedules, fast eating. Japanese meals often encourage the opposite. People chew carefully. Conversations continue between bites. Food is appreciated rather than rushed. Eating slowly gives hormones involved in fullness enough time to communicate with the brain. It also increases awareness of flavors and textures. When people truly experience each bite, they're often satisfied with less food. One meal may only take 10 minutes longer, but over years, this simple habit may help reduce overeating. Habit 6. Seasonal foods naturally change the menu. Instead of eating the exact same foods year-round, Japanese cuisine often follows the seasons. Spring vegetables, summer fruits, autumn mushrooms, winter root vegetables. Seasonal foods are often fresher, more flavorful, and encourage dietary variety. Eating a wide range of vegetables increases fiber intake, which supports fullness and digestive health. Because meals constantly change with the seasons, people also become less dependent on highly processed convenience foods. The body receives different nutrients throughout the year. The meals stay interesting. Healthy eating never feels repetitive. Habit 7. Snacks are intentional, not constant. Many people snack simply because food is nearby. A handful of chips, another cookie, a sugary drink, then another. Japanese eating habits often include fewer random snacks between meals. When snacks are eaten, portions tend to be smaller and more intentional. This doesn't mean never enjoying treats. It means eating them consciously rather than automatically. Constant grazing can make it difficult for the brain to recognize true hunger. By allowing time between meals, people become better at recognizing when they actually need food. Habit 8. Green tea instead of sugary drinks. Walk into many Japanese homes, and you'll often find tea. Green tea, barley tea, roasted tea. Not large bottles of sugary soft drinks. Replacing sweet beverages with unsweetened drinks can dramatically reduce daily sugar intake. Green tea also contains natural compounds called catechins, which researchers continue studying for possible roles in metabolism and overall health. While green tea isn't a magic weight loss drink, replacing sugar-filled beverages with water or unsweetened tea can make a meaningful difference over time. Sometimes what we drink matters just as much as what we eat. Habit 9. Respect food. Don't waste it. One deeply rooted Japanese idea is called madanai. It reflects respect for resources and discourages unnecessary waste. This mindset changes how people buy food. Prepare meals. Store leftovers. Serve portions. Instead of piling food onto a plate and throwing away what isn't eaten, meals are often planned more carefully. When people become more aware of food's value, they're often more thoughtful about how much they actually need. Mindful eating naturally follows. The goal isn't restriction. It's appreciation. And appreciation often leads to healthier choices without feeling forced. At first glance, none of these habits seem extraordinary. There's no miracle supplement, no extreme workout, no impossible diet, just ordinary choices repeated every single day. Stopping before feeling stuffed, walking more, eating slowly, enjoying soup, choosing tea, respecting food. Separately, each habit seems small. Together, they quietly shape a healthier lifestyle. That's perhaps the biggest lesson from Japan. Long-term health rarely comes from dramatic changes. It grows from consistent daily routines that are easy enough to continue for years. Of course, every person is different. Age, genetics, medical conditions, medications, sleep, and physical activity all influence body weight. No single habit guarantees staying slim, but adopting even one or two of these practices may help support a healthier relationship with food and movement over time. The most powerful changes are often the quiet ones. So, before trying the next trendy diet, ask yourself one simple question. Which of these habits could become part of your life today? Sometimes lasting health begins with the smallest decision at your very next meal. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more evidence-based health insights inspired by cultures around the world, be sure to subscribe to Health Decode and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary.